Now, I've really seen it all. We've been doing this for decades. It's not odd for a box of macaroni and cheese to sell for 150 bucks on eBay without any problem. Hey, it's Don. Today we're right in the middle of a major storm coming through here. It's about 8 degrees outside with winds over 50 miles an hour right now, slamming into the building. Not the best day to be outside, but a great day to hop into reselling and look at a great item that can sell for some really good money. Now, why on earth would anybody spend $150 on a box of macaroni and cheese? Well, obviously, there's a secret to it, and there's a reason why somebody's buying it for that type of money. I've got a bunch of collectibles here, and you will see boxes of macaroni and cheese on shelves with toys and collectibles just like what you see here. Like any other food product out there that was geared towards children, towards kids, many times they use the box for advertisement. They were made in big quantities still either way you go, but most people ate the product, threw the cardboard box away, and didn't save it. So we're gonna show you right now some boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese that are selling right this minute for in the $150 range. And we're gonna show you why. I'll also, if you stick to the end, show you other items that can sell as well for this type of money. And it's not odd, it's not strange, it's a common everyday item out there right now that most people have probably seen and probably had no clue. It doesn't matter if the food's expired in most cases because the person buying it is buying it for a collectible. Now, for many years, Kraft has done what most every other advertiser out there has done, and they have put characters on the boxes, included toys or paper coins or all sorts of different things to attract the children to want to get the item, to get the product. And in this case, it's Kraft macaroni and cheese, the Pokemon edition. There were 6 different boxes. This display here sold for over $800 on eBay. The boxes on their own as well can sell for hundreds of dollars each. They can be sold in lots. It doesn't matter as much if the product is in there. They will sell for more if the product's in there, but it does not have to have the product to carry the value. Yet another lot, this lot sold for 280 bucks. Here's another example. Here's a lot of empty boxes. This lot here sold for 200 bucks. Nothing in it, ripped open tops. Obviously, if they aren't ripped opened, they will sell for more because the condition of the box will almost always be better. Even the individual boxes can sell for $150. This single box here sold for 150 bucks. So you get the right kind, the right variety, they can go for some good money. Now, I know I'm going to get the question, well, where in the heck would I ever find something like this? Almost every single estate sale that I have ever been to has old discarded food either being thrown out or sitting in the back of a cabinet or something like that. Here's yet another example for Super Mario Brothers. This one dates back to 1994. Excellent example. Again, they've been doing this exact same thing for decades. You can go back to the 30s, the 20s, even the 1910 era, and you will still find cereal and food-related items just like this. Most of the major brands, Kool-Aid, all of that sort of thing would offer things like this inside the packages. It's not just the mac and cheese. This is a box of Kraft singles from 2000, again, with Pokemon characters in it. And this is just the box without the actual collectible cards. The cards themselves, in this case, are usually far easier to find than you will ever find the actual box that they came in. And that empty box sold for $137.50 with 33 bids. Now, Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes do not have to advertise a single thing. Neither does most food type items from the 60s or very early 70s like this one here. This is just vintage, it's old, it's advertising a pair of socks. And that is the only thing extra on this. It was issued by the tens of millions probably back when it was released. This box sold for $382 with 10 different bids. legit sale, these sorts of things will always sell for this type of money because there's none around anymore. The odds of finding a specific box like this are very slim. Now with the Pokemon, many people save the boxes because of the coins and the whole works in there. You may find them in a top of a closet in a kid's room or something like that. Parents may have had them in the back because the kids didn't want to open them. They do show up, flea markets, auctions. There's even old food auctions, believe it or not, across the country. Antique malls, you'll still run into these sorts of things, but hands down, probably the best place would be an estate sale. We always turn up old boxes, old food items at almost every single estate sale that we have ever been to. Many times companies like Kraft would have you save proof of purchases. You would mail them into some random address and they would send you something like this Kraft cheese magic kit that was available back in the 1930s. Now besides Kraft macaroni and cheese, other brands of macaroni and cheese had things on them or decorations on the box that can add the value. The biggest one out there that most people will know and should already be popping into your minds are cereal boxes. I don't know how many times I asked my mom back in the 70s and 80s to buy a specific brand of cereal or bread. Bread's probably the best example for me because Wonder Bread in '78 put in Star Wars cards when Star Wars just came out. And I wanted to collect them all. My mom didn't buy it most of the time because it was more expensive, so it was a push trying to get her to buy them just so I can get the, I think, 16 trade card set out of there. Battlestar Galactica was in bread. Prior to that, going back to the 60s, 50s, and that era, the sealing paper label on the side of a loaf of bread would have characters on it. Howdy Doody is a great example. Disney characters. Wonder Bread had Disney characters in it. But the cereal aspect of it is huge because some of the cereal may have had baseball cards on the back of them, inserts like triple reflective cards back from Kellogg's for baseball players. All that sort of thing does carry a value today, and it's a huge reason why food items, expired, empty, or whatever the case may be, can sell like a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese for upwards of $150. Cereal companies did it more than anybody else because it was pushing cereal for breakfast for kids. They would insert cards like this post-cereal card of Buffalo Bill from 1930. The boxes, though, for the actual items are usually the hardest to find and will almost always sell for the most money. This is a sample, a free box, a 1-ounce sample of Quake cereal from Quaker. Cereal was around for a while. The boxes themselves are more common than a free sample that only was a giveaway at some point in the store. And as you can see, it sold for $4,683 with 69 bids. Here's yet another cereal box. This is Nabisco shredded wheat, and it was an advertisement for Spoon Man, a plastic Spoon Man. And this one sold for $2,000. They don't even have to be super old. This one's from the 70s. This is Fruit Brute by General Mills, and it offered vinyl figures from Count Chocula, Boo Berry, and the works. This one sold for just a hair under $3,000, and all it is a empty box. Now, my introduction into collectibles and food was this card right here from Star Wars that came out in 1977 and was available in Wonder Bread. I do believe it was a 16-card set. I never got the complete set back when I was a child. Graded versions of these cards can sell for thousands of dollars if they're graded Gem Mint 10 like this one is right here by PSA. Now here's one of those oddballs that I do remember as a child too. This was the wrapper for sugar-free gum. When you opened it up, it had a Star Wars picture just like these here. There was a complete set of 50 some odd. A set of these can easily go for hundreds of dollars. It's an oddball item. It was a freebie, just like everything else here. Cereal boxes in general, though, are where most of the most expensive items that you will find stuffed in food products. The empty boxes are usually what you want and usually will go for far more than some of the items in it. The child may have kept the item that was inside the box, but most of the time the parents discarded the box. So hence the value of boxes from Kraft macaroni and cheese and all of that sort of thing can be horrendous. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Peter has a lean and hungry look.
Yes, and I'm afraid he's sinking fast.
We must operate immediately. Bull.
Sugar.
Milk.
90 cc's of Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
I think the patient's responding to the Rice Krispies, Doctor.
Congratulations, sir. A brilliant use of snap, crackle, and pop. With enough Rice Krispies, will he be able to play the bass again?
Yes.
That's kind of weird. He never could before.